The 15 things that make you stay poor and how to break the cycle. We spend a lot of our time thinking about how we can make more money. Sometimes we'll spend a lot of time thinking about how to make more money without spending any more time. This can be a vicious cycle that can make you feel like you'll never get ahead. The good news is, though, it's easy to break this cycle and break the cycle of being poor. Here are 15 things that make you stay poor and how to break the cycle. Someone said, as you grow older, you'll get wiser. But, we all know that isn't true. In fact, the opposite is true. As you grow older, your wisdom diminishes. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. It picks up more snow and dirt with each pass and thus becomes larger and larger until it gets so big that it's impossible to roll any further. Although it's hard to think about, there are many things that can make you remain poor. And it's not always about what you're doing wrong. Sometimes, it's just about the decisions you've made in your life and the circumstances you've found yourself in that have rendered you unable to improve your situation. Number 1. You don't have a financial plan. It may seem like the more you have, the better off you are. But is this really true? The truth is that the more you have, the more likely you are to be in poverty. There are many things that contribute to this, but the one that is most important is that you don't have a financial plan. Without a plan, you will be spending a lot of money, which will ultimately lead to you being in poverty. If you want to break the cycle of poverty, you need to develop a plan that is able to help you save money. This can range from cutting back on your spending to coming up with a new and innovative idea. You need to be able to find some way to save money. Number 2. You have a lot of financial goals and dreams, but they're not clear. To break the cycle. Several years ago, I started to feel stuck in the same place. I had a good job, but I was not able to save anything. I wanted to buy a house and I wanted to start a family, but I just could not make ends meet. The problem was that I had a lot of financial goals and dreams, but they were not clear. I was not sure what I wanted to do and how to make it happen. I was stuck in a pattern of not being able to save any money and not being able to feel like I was making any progress. It was not until I had a conversation with a friend that I realized that I was not alone. Everyone has financial goals and dreams, and they are not always clear. It didn't take me long to figure out the solution to my financial problems. I started to create a plan for the future that I could see through to the end. This plan included setting smaller goals that I could accomplish each day. It also included creating a budget that I could stick to. I also made a plan for handling my money and I started to follow it. This is how I broke the cycle of being stuck in the same place. Number 3. You buy things you can't afford. That's how you stay poor. It's a vicious cycle that you need to break. There are many ways to break this cycle. First, you should consider how much money you want to spend on an item. If you want to spend as much as you can on an item, you should think about buying used items. If you want to spend less than you can afford, you should consider buying a cheaper item. Whatever the case, you should always think about the items you buy and how much money you are spending. You should also think about how much time you will have to invest in the item. If you buy something that is going to take a lot of time to pay for, you should consider buying something cheaper. Number 4. You spend money to impress other people. It is easy to spend money to impress other people. We do this so that we can make them feel good about themselves and look good to them. But this is a trap. When you spend money to impress other people, you are giving them power over you. You are giving them the power to make you feel bad about yourself and make you feel like you are not good enough. It is a vicious cycle. When you stop spending money to impress other people, you will feel better about yourself and you will be able to break the cycle. Number 5. You think it takes hard work and sacrifice to be wealthy. It's easy to think that a lot of people are wealthy because they can afford to spend money on things that we might think are unnecessary. But the truth is, you can't afford to be wealthy if you're wasting your money on things that don't really matter. Sure, it might be a lot of fun to buy a new car every year, but if you're spending all your money on that, then you might never be able to afford your dream home. Or you might have to work at a job that you hate just to make ends meet. It's easy to forget that being wealthy isn't about having a lot of money or fancy possessions, it's about having a lot of freedom. You can earn money and buy a lot of things, but if you don't have the freedom to spend it on what you want, then it's not worth it. There are a lot of ways that you can earn money and be wealthy, but you have to be smart about it. Number 6. You think a good education is enough to guarantee you a good income. A lot of people think a good education is enough to guarantee them a good job and a good income. In reality, it won't be enough. A lot of people end up moving back in with their parents because they didn't have a good education and can't get a good job. So, before you start thinking that a good education is enough to guarantee you a good income, you should consider the following. Number 7. You don't have self-discipline or you lack the desire to get better with your finances. You don't have self-discipline or you lack the desire to get better with your finances. You don't work hard enough. You don't have a plan for your future. You don't have an emergency fund. These are things that make it hard to break the cycle of poverty. If you are in a rut and want to change your financial situation, it is important to think about the things that make you stay poor and change them. Number 8. Your mindset about money is wrong. Your mindset about money is wrong. You can make more money than you think. You are not poor because you don't make enough money. You are not rich because you make a lot of money. You can't control your future. You are not powerless. You are not lazy. You can't control other people. You are not entitled. You are not a victim. You can't control other people. You have to take risks. You have to work hard. You have to be patient. You have to be wise. You have to be healthy. Number 9. You spend money to impress other people. It is easy to spend money to impress other people. We do this so that we can make them feel good about themselves and look good to them. But this is a trap. When you spend money to impress other people, you are giving them power over you. You are giving them power over your happiness and your wealth. You should never give other people power over you. If you want to break the cycle of spending money to impress other people, you should start by focusing on yourself. You should think about what you need and what you want. You should also stop caring about what other people think and focus on what you want to do with your life. Number 10. Keeping company with the wrong people. It can be hard to break the cycle of being poor. There are many reasons why people stay poor and have a hard time getting out of the cycle. Some of the most common are that they don't have a strong work ethic, they don't have a strong support system, and they don't have a strong desire to get out. It is important to remember that you can break the cycle by making small incremental changes. This could be as simple as not spending money on things that don't matter and investing in your future. Number 11. Thinking that you are not worth much. If you don't see yourself moving up the ladder or getting ahead in life, it might be because you have a mindset that keeps you from going after the things that you want. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is thinking that they aren't worth much. This is the number one reason that people stay poor and stuck in the cycle of poverty. If you don't believe in yourself and think that you are not worth much, you will never be able to break that cycle. If you are not worth anything, then nobody will want to pay you for your work and you will never be able to make anything. However, if you believe in yourself and know that you are worth something, then you will be able to get the things that you want. Number 12. Believing that luck is everything. Believing that luck is everything is at the heart of the cycle of poverty. People who believe that luck is everything don't have the motivation to work hard because they have the belief that they will be rewarded for their efforts. If you believe that luck is everything, you will do nothing to change your life because you feel as if you don't have the power to change your destiny. It is important to break the cycle of poverty by believing that you can change your life and that you have control over your destiny. Number 13. Not having a plan for your life. People who have a plan for their life are more likely to be financially stable. However, if you have a plan but you're not following it, you might be stuck in a cycle of poverty. It is important to have a plan for your life that you can follow. If you don't have a plan and you're not following your goals, you are likely to be poor. Number 14. Not working for what you want. If you are always waiting for things to happen and you never take the initiative to make them happen, then you will never be able to achieve your dreams. It is important to take the first step to make something happen and then to keep moving forward. You should also always be looking for opportunities. Opportunities are everywhere and you don't have to be stuck in one place or one line of work to find them. If you are always looking for opportunities, then you will always be able to find new ones and make your dreams a reality. Number 15. You keep waiting until tomorrow to take action. The first thing is to stop waiting for tomorrow to take action. The second thing is to set your goals and make them realistic. The third thing is to find a way to make your dream a reality. The fourth thing is to take action on your goals. The fifth thing is to stay focused on your goals. The sixth thing is to be persistent. The seventh thing is to not give up. The eighth thing is to develop a plan of action. The ninth thing is to take risks. The 10th thing is to find a mentor. The 11th thing is to find a mentor who has been there and done that. The 12th thing is to find a mentor who has the same goals as you. The 13th thing is to find a mentor who has a plan of action. The 14th thing is to find a mentor who is not judgmental. The 15th thing is to find a mentor who is willing to help you. There you have it, the 15 things that make you remain poor. The most important thing is to understand what these things are, how they affect your presence in society, and what you can do to work toward changing your life so you won't be considered part of this group. In reality, the list of ways in which your life could end up making you poor is quite extensive. There's no one thing or action that will cause you to remain poor, but there's a big picture view that shows how individual actions can lead to a lifetime of financial struggle and lack of opportunity. Ultimately, poverty is hard to end once it's a habit. Do everything you can to avoid it from the start. It's not just about having goals and working towards them, it's about being realistic. You have to be smart about how you go about your life and your goals. You have to be strategic, you have to plan ahead, and you have to use your time wisely. It's the cornerstone of any great project, and it will make all the difference. Being poor sucks. I can't imagine anything worse than struggling to pay your bills, worrying about how you're going to put food on the table and living in a neighborhood with a high crime rate. It's hard to get out of a bad economy, but there is hope. All it takes is some determination, motivation and good decision making. Trust me when I tell you that making a few changes to these areas will have a huge impact on your financial situation. It's not about the money, it's about how you think. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.